The nutrition program page contains all of the key information for your customized nutritional program. You can view previous weeks or plan future weeks with the drop-down. You can view any individual day of the week by clicking on the button. When you first access this page, it will automatically default to the current day. You can print the week, which will print a summary of the week, including all of your foods and recipes, and exercise for the week. The summary of information at the top of the page includes your daily caloric goals, including your body's basic requirement for calories, any calories from cardiovascular training planned for the day, calories for resistance training over the course of the week. Your weight loss deficit is factored in based on your goals, and then you have a target value for calories. On the left, we have food guide information. In this case, we're looking at the My Pyramid, which gives you your food groups, target servings, and actual servings based on the foods throughout the course of the day. The food guide will change depending on the country of origin. If you're a Canadian citizen, this will change to the Canada Food Guide. And if you're in Australia, it will become the Australia Food Pyramid. On the right side, we have your macronutrient goals. You have your target values for calories, fats, carbs, and proteins, and actual achieved values, as well as a breakdown of your percentages of total caloric intake for each of the 3 different types of macronutrients. Scrolling down the page, you can see the time goal for each individual meal, based on your schedule and the time of day that you wake up, as well as how much water you should consume with each meal. You have the suggested meal, as well as all your nutritional information. Using the lock button will lock in that meal so that it will stay consistently the same from that point on until you unlock it. So if you prefer to have the same breakfast every day, you can lock that in, and the system will keep that recipe the same. If you want to suggest a new recipe for a meal, click on the Suggest Recipes button, and the system will compile a list of suggested recipes that are within 10% of your goal for that particular meal. These are including system recipes and custom recipes. Once you find a recipe of your choosing, simply click on the checkbox, and the system will swap the recipe that was there with the new recipe you've selected. This Suggest feature will always use recipes that are within the range of being a target for that particular meal. Using the Favorite Recipe button will give you a choice amongst your favorite recipes only. Clicking Choose a Recipe will take you to the full recipe list where you can manually choose a recipe for this particular meal. And you can also add individual foods by clicking the Add Food button, which will open a pop-up where you can type individual foods. For example, if we wanted to add an apple to this meal, we can type in apple, and the system will come up with all the different apple foods in the system. If we're having an apple, we can choose to have 1 medium apple, and we'll save that food to the meal. That will then add it to any recipe that's already there. You can also choose to remove any individual food, recipe by clicking the Remove button. If you find any recipes that you want to save to your favorites, simply click on the Favorite button, and that will turn the checkbox green, and that recipe becomes a favorite. If you find there's a recipe that's been suggested that you do not like and want to exclude, you can click on the button twice, which will turn it from gray to green and then to red. The red checkbox means that recipe has now been added to your exclude list and will not be suggested again. At the bottom of the page, you can choose to resuggest your entire week, or you can copy any current day to any other day. Using the Resuggest My Week feature will prompt you to make sure that this is what you want to do. It doesn't delete recipes, but it does remove suggested recipes and create new suggestions for you, or allow you to manually choose your recipes. If we click OK, it will take you to the nutrition choosing page. So here you can choose how you want to define your nutrition for the week. For more information on this page and these choices, see the Help button on that individual page.